Good morning. In previous session, we were discussed array. As we had earlier discussed that array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. Now, we have to learn that in homogeneity, if characters are collected, then that has a separate name, and that is called string. We all use characters as well as strings for our various purposes, but more oftenly you people confuse that which one should be treated as character and which one should be treated as string. Now we will discuss in detail that what are the characteristics of a string, how strings are declared, how these are used in our computer programs in C programming languages. Now take, what is your name? If you say my name is such and such, and these two words such and such is a collection of characters with a blank space, all these are cumulatively treated as a string. If you say only your initial, suppose your name is Mukesh and you say I am M, that is that M1 will be treated as a character. This is the difference between character and string. Let's see. The characters are declared as simply the type char or any variable name which we want to suppose to be there, that name name. The name variable will contain only one character, whereas if you have to store entire set of your name characters, then you have to declare that one in this manner, like CHARNAME name 1 within bracket 20. The second declaration, which suffix a square bracket containing some number, that is the actual declaration of string. It means the name one is your variable name which can contain 20 characters, and your name may be within those length of characters. This is the characteristics of this is the declaration of a string. Now we have to use this, as we had seen that various functions, library functions are available. Likewise, a string has some specific functions. We have some functions in which this is the case of declaration of string variables. Now we should know how we will differentiate the string constant and character constant. To note down a character constant, we use single quotation mark. If we write A, this one is a character constant. Whereas we have to note down a string constant, we have to put double quotation marks. If we write welcome within this double quotation marks, it means it is a string constant. So this is the way by which we can write string constant and character constant. Now few functions are available which are used frequently to do string works, just like number one is strcat function. This is a function which is used to append one string behind the other string. एक स्ट्रिंग के पीछे दूसरे को जोड़ने के लिए we use strcat function. It requires two arguments. First is necessarily should be a string variable. The second may be either string variable or string constant. So likewise, if we have to copy a string constant to other string variable which has already a value, for that very purpose we use strcpy. This also requires two arguments. Here the second argument is the value of second argument is copied to the first argument. So this is to replace a variable which have already a value, but with a new value we use strcpy. strcmp, it is also frequently used for various purposes. strcmp, whenever it is required to compare two strings, whether they are in same order or not, we use strcmp. It also requires two arguments. Here it is liberty that both may be string variable, both may be string constant, or either of them may be. Whereas this facility was not available with previous two one, that is strcpy and strcat. So this is the another function which we frequently use in our various programs. The next one is strrev. Whenever it is required to revert a string, like that last one should be first, the second last one should be second one. So for that very purposes we use strEV function. This requires only one argument. The one more function which is frequently used, that is strlen, that gives us the number of characters within a string. In so many occasions we require that how many spaces will require for a specific string. In those cases we use strlen function. This requires one argument and it gives the result an integer value. It means it gives the number of characters which is contained in that particular string. For these various purposes, these are the few string functions which we oftenly used, and next more in next lesson. Okay, thank you.
Take one function strcpy. So use of strcpy function hash include dot h hash include dot h void ST1. Here we have taken two string variables, st1 and s2, and initialize them with st1 with well and st2 with come. Now we are copying the second element string to the first string. This is the mandatory to declare a string with the square bracket. So this should be declared as control 9. So the first string is well, the second string is come, and after copying the first string became come. Now if we use the strcat function, then this will differ the output. strcat function the second string after appending first string is strcat, st1, st1, st2. Okay. Control F9. So the second string after appending first string is welcome. So you may gauge the difference, that what is the use of strcpy, cpy and strcat function. Whenever it is to compare two strings, we use the function strcmp. Here we will compare the two functions by using these functions. So let's start use of string functions to compare two strings. Hash include h int value printf enter first string str cmp st1 comma st2 if value greater than 0 printf string percentage comes after percentage in dictionary order st1 comma st2 else if value less than 0 printf string percentage comes by dictionary order two else printf both strings are similar. Let's see it. So we are going to compare this one dot c use the string function to compare say control enter first string. Let's enter RAJA. Second string RAJU. Raja comes before Raju in dictionary order. Ab now we reverse the order. RAJU Raju RAJA Raja. Raju comes after Raja in the dictionary order. Here you will notice that the program compare the strings value available in these two variables st1 and st2 and gives the result. So these are various functions which are used for string manipulation. One most common example, often people asked that whether a given string is palindrome or not. You all know that palindrome means the beginning and after reversing a a string that becomes same as it was in the original function. Here we will use most of the string functions. String is enter string to check whether it is palindrome or not. Use of a string function to check the palindrome case. Yes, we require 2. Estimate to 10. Let's take 20. 20. This does not require. So we will move to here. Enter string to check whether whether it is palindrome or not. Gets st1 strcpy st2 comma st1. The element of st1 will be copied to the st2. strrev, it is another function which reverts the string. st2 if strcmp st1 comma st2 comma st2 is equal to 0. It means printf and first s is a palindrome. Else it is not palindrome, printf plus n and s is not a palindrome. And this is the program. Now we compile and check it. Control F9. Enter the string. Let's enter MADAM. It is a 5-character string and see what it does. Palindrome. Madam is a palindrome. Yes. %C is a palindrome. ST1, ST2 is a palindrome. Control S, Control F9. MADAM, madam is a palindrome, whereas now let's see another example. Control F9. EYE, I is a palindrome. Then what about nose? Control F9. NOSE. Nose is not a palindrome. So, using these string functions, we will manipulate a string very easily and conveniently. So, this is about the string and string functions.